Okay, so today we're going to talk about modeling with linear inequalities. This time we've done a little bit of this, but we've never used word problems. Today we're going to be using word problems. So in number 1, it says Amy can spend at most $100 on Christmas presents this year. So does that mean she can spend more or less than 100? Less, okay? So if I was to write that, then it would be less than, could she spend 100? Yes, or equal to 100. Okay, so, and then it says she wants to buy candles for the girls and video games for the boys. So which one do you want X to be, candles or video games? Candles? So we'll make Y be video games. Okay, and it tells me that the candles cost $8. So beside X, what would I write? 8X, okay. So for every candle she buys, it's going to be $8 plus for every video game she buys, how much is it going to be? $10. So this would be 10Y, okay? Now, C asks us to solve and graph that inequality. So remember, or you may not remember, from Friday, we wanted to get it in the form of y equals mx plus b. So we were trying to isolate y. So what would we do first to get y by itself here? We subtract 8x. That would give me 10y is less than or equal to, do I write negative 8x or 100 first? Negative 8x plus 100. Then how do I get y by itself? Very good. Divide everything by 10. Okay, so that's going to give me y is less than or equal to, does negative 8 over 10 reduce? Both can be divided by 2, so that would be a negative 4 over 5x. And what is 100 divided by 10? 10. Very good. So that's our new equation. I'm going to highlight it because it's kind of hard to see. Okay, so the next thing we want to do in order to be able to answer part D, we need to graph this first. So in order to graph this, what do I graph first? 10. So I have to go to 10 on the x or the y-axis? The y. So I'm going up to 10. And then what's my slope? So I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, on Friday we figured out, are we going to have a solid or a dotted line? So if it's less than or equal to, is it solid or dotted? Solid. It is solid. So you would want to draw a line through both of those all the way. Make sure you draw it all the way across your graph. Okay, and then we also have to shade. Do y'all remember shading Friday? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to draw from here. We have up and down, and then up, or sorry, down and up. If we want it to be less than, is it going above or below? Below. So that means I'm going to shade everything with the down arrow. Okay, so in order to answer part D, it says give 2 combinations that Amy can buy. Okay? So what it's saying is if she bought, say for instance, she can buy 3 candles and 5 video games, the way you tell that is you would go to 3, 5, because remember, What letter is represented by candles? X. And video games is? Y. So if I did 3 and 5, I went 3 here, 5 here. Is it within the shaded area? So I can do that, 3 and 5, because it's within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, within the shaded area. What's another combination that we could do that would be within the shaded area? But that's silly. Why would we buy 1 and 1? Let's do something bigger. 5 and 4 would put us right there. You could do 9 and 1. That would work. Oh, that would be 1 and 9 then. You could do it there. Any time, as long as it's in the shaded area, it's fine. Okay? So, Caitlin said 5 and 4. So I'm going to put 5 and 4. Okay? Questions there? All right, let's try another one like that. So in number 2, it says Mark wants to spend no more than 30. So does that mean that he's spending more than 30 or less than 30? Okay, so we want to spend less than. Can he spend 30? Or equal to 30. Okay. Hamburger meat cost $3 per pound, and hot dog costs $2 per pound. So which one do you want to let be X? Hamburger is X, and so that means hot dogs So when I write this equation, I have to do hamburgers plus hot dogs has to be less than 30. They have to cost less than 30. So what number would I put in front of X?
3x.
So I do 3X, so 3 per pound for hot dog plus how much was, per hamburger, how much was hot dogs?
2y.
So it would be 2y. Very good. Next they want us to solve that. So what would I do first to solve? Subtract 3x from both sides. That would give me 2y is less than or equal to negative 3x plus 30. Okay? Then how do I get y by itself? Divide everything by 2. So that would give me y is less than or equal to negative 3 over 2x plus 15. Okay, so can we answer part D without graphing? We can? Without graphing? No. Okay, so we need to graph that first. So, Chris, what would you graph first here? Okay, am I going right 15 or up 15? I'm going to go up 15 and put a dot. And then my slope is negative 3 over 2, so I'm going to go down 3, right 2. And then we want to draw our line. Is it dotted or solid?
Solid.
It is solid because it's got an equal to. So draw it all the way down. Then I need to draw my arrows down and up, down and up. So if it's less than or equal to, am I shading down or am I shading below or above?
Below.
Below. So everything with the down arrows. Okay, so Will, give me 2 combinations of hamburger and hot dogs that I could do. 3 and 4. So if I went to 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's still in the shaded area, so that would work. Bella, give me a combination you did. 4 and 7. So that's still in there, so that would work. Perfect. Okay, let's try one more of these. So let's look at number 3. Okay, so for number 3, it says Shannon wants to make at least $20 for her Girl Scout cookie sales. So at least $20, does that mean she can make more or less? More. If she wants to make at least, do y'all not have number 3? Y'all have 10, right? Okay, hold on. We'll get 10. Okay, sorry about that. So this one says Katie wants to make at least $120 from her jewelry sale. At least means at the very littlest she wants 120, which means she would love to make more money off of it, but she needs to make at least 120. Put those down. Okay, so this would be greater than or equal to 120. Okay, so she says she is selling bracelets and necklaces. So since bracelets come first, let us make that X. And then necklaces will be Y. How much do the bracelets cost? $4. So that would be 4X. Because for every bracelet she sells, she gets $4 plus $20 for each necklace. Okay, so Jordan, what would you do first to get Y by itself? We'd subtract 4X. That would give us 20Y is greater than or equal to negative 4X plus 120. JJ, what would you do next? By 20. So that's going to give me Y is greater than or equal to, what is negative 4 over 20? It would be, which one, what are they both divisible by? Something bigger than 2. What are they both divisible by? 4. So what is 4 divided by 4? So it would be negative 1 over 20 divided by 4 is 5. X plus, what is 120 divided by 20? I'm not doing the math for you. I suggest you get some calculators out. Plus 6. Okay, now we need to graph this before we can answer part D. So what would I graph first, Bella? The 6. So I'm going to go up and put a dot on 6. Then my slope is negative 1/5, so I'm going to go down 1. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would this line be dotted or solid? Solid. So I'm going to draw that through all the way to the edge. I'm going to draw my arrows up and down so I know which way to shade. Okay, so it says greater than or equal to. If I'm greater than, am I above or below? Above. So I want to shade everything above. Okay. So, Jocelyn, give me 2 combinations that she could sell. Or, sorry, 1 combination that she could sell.
I put 5 and 8.
5 and 8. Do you know what I would put if I was y'all? 15 and 15. Because it's all the way up here. Okay, so are those pretty easy? Alrighty, well then let's look at your other sheet and talk about those. These are going to be even simpler because they're multiple choice. Okay, so for number 1, it says that the movie theater wants to make at least $1,200 profit. So can it make more or less than $1,200? More. So it would be, immediately we know this is greater than or equals to. So looking at your choices, which of those match here? Or which one doesn't match? A, B, or C?
Doesn't or does?
Does not match. A. So we know that's not the answer. Okay, then we keep reading. Then it says children's tickets make a profit of $2 and adult tickets make a profit of $5. They sell at least 50 children's. So does that mean that they could sell more than or less than 50?
More.
So more than 50. Okay. And then it says that they sell at least 20. So that is also more than 20. Okay? And what does it say is represented, what letter is represented by children? X. So that means X has to be greater than or equal to 50. So which one of these match that? C. So it's not B, but it would be C. So do you see how we look at each piece and we look at the sign? Which is not very hard. So let's try another one of those. Thursday. Okay, so number 2 says Stella wants to learn at least 400 this week. So remember, at least means she could do more. So which one is not more? A. So this is greater than or equal to. Okay? Then the next thing says she babysits for $10 an hour. She works at Chick-fil-A for $7 an hour. She wants to babysit no more than 5 hours. So does that mean she wants to babysit more than 5 hours? No. She wants it to be less than or equal to 5 hours. She does not want to keep those kids that long. Okay? So which one of these, if we're babysitting, which letter is babysitting? X. So which one matches X is less than or equal to 5? B. So that would be our answer. C would not work. Okay? And we'll look at one more of those. Okay? Chris wants to spend at most $1,000 on a fishing trip with his friends. So does that mean he wants to spend more than $1,000? What does that most mean? Less than or equal to 1,000. He doesn't want to spend any more than that. Okay? So which one of these doesn't match that? B. So we know immediately that one doesn't work. Then it says fishing poles cost $20 each. He needs to buy at least 10 fishing poles. Does that mean he can buy more? Yes. At least means can be greater than or equal to 10. Fishing poles is labeled as X. So which one of those fits, A or C? A.